When kids learn to read, they unlock a world of imagination, exploration, and learning. Built by learning experts JJ&Friends is the proven Learn to Read program for kids 2 to 8 years old. At JJ&Friends, we know that every child learns in uniquely personal ways. We start with your child's age and current reading level. From the moment they start, your kids will be having fun, all the while learning to read step by step. From ABCs to practicing counting to learning comprehension and creative writing. This Christmas, give your child the gift that would last a lifetime. Call us today, 379-8838 or 800-7323 for huge discounts and savings on all our educational JJ&Friends programs.
When parents decide to do an online search and to find a program that they would like their child to be engaged with, it's a very good thing. The problem with some of the programs online, even though they may have a high rating, is that the program may not adequately meet the developmental stages of the child within the age group 2.5 to 5 years old.
And of course the parent would know that.
And the parent would not know that, right. So what we've done in the JTAB Junior is that the team has done extensive research as to what children within this age group needs, and we have ensured that we've covered every aspect of learning that is necessary at this age group, and to ensure that children within this age group also remain children, because a lot of children within this age group, they learn through play. They enjoy learning, they're very inquisitive, and we want to ensure that our children remain inquisitive. We want to ensure that they remain creative. We want to ensure that by the time our children get to primary school, they are still motivated to learn. So it's a fun program. You have a lot of rhymes in the program. You have games in the program. There are 2 learning games in the program that encourages our children to learn through play, but it also encourages skills like socialization, where they can socialize with other classmates, where they can socialize with other children, their age group, and they can learn through play.
We're looking now at all the different components of the JTAB Junior. So you have all these booklets.
Yes.
You have flashcards. Of course, you have the tablet, right?
Yes.
Okay, so all these things here that we have within this package.
Yes.
How do these things fit within the official curriculum guide of our Ministry of Education?
Okay, so I'm going to answer that question in 2 ways. One, how it fits within learning, because our curriculum guide is structured around good learning strategies. So the strands that are part of our structure for early childhood learning in Trinidad and Tobago, strand 1 talks about wellness, strand 2, effective communication, strand 3, citizenship, strand 4, intellectual empowerment, strand 5, aesthetic. So within the JTAB Junior, we have included these strands to ensure that our little learners are well able to move on to the next stage of learning. It definitely meets the needs as expressed by the Ministry of Education, but ultimately the JTAB Junior meets the needs of our little learners.
Santa, remember the JJ&Friends phonics you gave me last Christmas?
Ho, ho, ho! That's because your mommy said you were struggling with reading and spelling.
Well, I have a surprise for you. Ta-da!
Whoa! Ho, ho, ho! Excellent! This is the best Christmas gift I have ever received. But don't tell Mrs. Claus. She gave me this suit years ago.
Whoa! My A+ is better than your Santa's outfits?
Ho, ho, ho! That's right, Jimmy. You see, every time a child learns to read, he becomes empowered to change the world.
Well, thank you, Santa, for the JJ&Friends phonics.
It's the season to give your child the gift of learning for a lifetime. Call now 800-READ. That's 800-7323.
Internationally, the United Nations have made a big plug for education systems throughout the world to ensure that children within the age group of 2.5 to 5 years old receive some type of formally structured education. And internationally, it's been seen that children who start to learn formally within these very sensitive years, these children do better throughout their lives as educators. They really become lifelong learners. So it is imperative that educators ensure that during this time our children enjoy learning. And that's a great thing about our JTAB Junior Suite, is that every activity is fun-filled and enjoyable. Your child will enjoy learning when your child uses this tool. And so we have not just provide paper and pencil tasks, because you don't really use a lot of paper and pencil tasks at this group, at this age group, because our children are still learning to develop their fine motor skills. So we've utilized the tablet, and we know that our little digital experts are a lot better than you and I when it comes to using the tablet. So we've utilized the tablet, and we have imploded many applications for our children to learn and to engage our children in their learning. So it's fun. And we know that the tablet, because of the touchscreen capacity, uses our senses, use a sense of touch, use a sense of sight, the sense of hearing, and you are stimulated while learning. And because of that stimulation, our children are better engaged in the learning tasks. So that's super important. So the program is well integrated, where our booklets or our workbooks are linked to our apps that our children will be using within the learning system.
Now, you've been working with children and teachers for the past, 10 years, is that right? What would you say are the experiences of parents who would have used this product over the years? What are the results?
What we've seen is that the JTAB Junior has been used in two main ways. Some parents have utilized the JTAB Junior as a supplemental tool. So they may not be quite ready to send their 2.5 or their 3.5-year-old to formal early childhood education. So what they've done, especially for those parents who have the ability to be at home, now many parents don't, but some parents do. For those mothers who are able to be at home with their 2.5 and their 3.5-year-olds, they've been able to use the program as an educational tool for their children at home. So they've utilized it because the program gives the child a good foundation in pre-literacy and pre-numeracy skills. And they've found that once they have utilized this program and their child has engaged with the program on a regular basis, in fact, once they've used the program daily, they've found that when their child formally starts school, their child is able to better adapt to school. And we know for many children, it's a traumatic experience starting school because they're going into the unknown, a world that they've never experienced before. But what the parents that have interacted with have found is that their child would be better ready to start early childhood education and also to start primary school. The other parents may have sent their child to school. So their child is in that early childhood education center and they're learning all the super things that our children are learning in Trinidad and Tobago. But what they've found is that the program is able to complement what their children would be learning within the early childhood care and education program.
You have the the tablet,
Yes.
and then you have the flashcard.
Yes.
On the tablet, it's touch screen. You can pull up an image.
Yes.
What would be the purpose of the flashcard? Because if you can pull up the image here and you have it here, why this?
Now our cards include not just pictures, but our cards includes instructions for games. Our cards includes numbers and number names that the teacher or the parent could use as games with the children, and they can utilize the cards in memory games as well. And I think that's an important tool, allowing our children to be able to be in their reality, and their reality is that they'll be going to a school that may not have the high tech. Our program is real and relevant to the situation of education right here in Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, so Keisha, let's recap and talk about the significant benefits of using the JTAB Junior.
One of the aspects of learning for children as they progress to primary school would be the ability to look on the board and then transfer what's on the board to the paper. And that would be a skill that children will not learn in an early childhood center. They will not learn to transfer information from board to book. So this program helps our children with developing visual acuity. That's their ability to clearly differentiate objects or items visually. And it also helps with eye-hand coordination. That ability to see something and then transfer it to their hand or to duplicate it. And when you get over to primary school, your child needs to be able to write from the board to the book. So that's one of the main benefits, that visual acuity and better hand-eye coordination. Some other benefits would be in increasing the opportunities for children to interact socially. And we mentioned about the games and being able to play with their other peers. Many children at this age level cannot socialize well. They are comfortable in their home network. They may have mommy and daddy at home, but they're not familiar interacting with friends. So
all right, now, let's take a pin there.
Yes.
No, you talk about being able to relate and to interact with other children. But
yes,
when you have a program like this,
yes,
tell me something. Wouldn't it sort of not encourage a child to sort of be on their own and using the program? Is this the type of program that you can use in connection with other kids?
Yes, you can. Yeah. You can use the program with a group of children, be it for learning purposes, and we have also included games within the program that, yes, the games within the program are games that children play with each other. So definitely we encourage group work within, and when you're playing, you don't play by yourself. No. And this program encourages learning through play, which is one of the best ways to learn. You know, we enjoy when we can play a good game and learn from it. And there's so much so children within this age group, they learn a lot through play. Higher capacity for visual attention is a big plus for this program. Now, when a child gets into formal education, they must be able to attend to what they're learning. And that's one of the benefits from this program as well. Another benefit is helping to build communication and language skills. And so many of our children are not able to communicate well. They are afraid to talk to someone else or to talk to an adult. And we see that internationally, communication skills, it's a big factor in being progressive. And many of our children grow into adults that cannot communicate well. And that's one of the great benefits. Language development, communication development, helping our children to be motivated and encouraged to learn, and developing within our child that enthusiasm to be a lifelong learner. Sometimes forgotten, but we remind our children that being good citizens is just as important as being good learners.
All right, you spoke of several things here that if I remember your terminologies, you would call it what, age-appropriate learning.
Age-appropriate learning, yes.
Right.
This Christmas season, give your child the gift of a fun, interactive educational tablet system from JJ&Friends. Get exceptional discounts on all our highly successful JJ&Friends tablet programs. The JTAB Junior Suite for children 2 to 5 years old, the JTAB Suite for children 6 to 8 years old, and the SEA Suite for children in standards 3 to 5.
It is really, really good. So there you have it. A perfect solution.
Learn to read and eradicate crime.
I would encourage any parent to buy this product.
You are setting the future for your children.
I see a great improvement in my child.
I'm 100% satisfied with the JJ&Friends Phonics program.
It has changed my life. It has changed the life of my 2 sons.
Give your child a gift for Christmas that would last a lifetime. Call us now at 800-READ, 800-7323 or 673-3175 to take advantage of this special Christmas offer.